Have you ever experienced being emotionally or physically abused by a close friend, a relative, or your significant other? These abuses are shown in different ways, and there are signs to identify if you're in a toxic relationship or being mistreated. Thus, in order to walk in favor of the inclusion of this theme on the local agenda, we have decided to write down the following essay that will provide two main reasons why people need to know about toxicity and its consequences.
To begin with, the first relevant reason to be taken into account is to improve our own well-being. Our quality of life is remarkably lowered when dealing with unfavorable situations in which people suffer from harmful circumstances. For example, some members of our group have experienced verbal abuse multiple times by a third person in the faculty's campus. They have explained that they don't feel deeply affected as they recognize that those are just toxic behaviors, and nothing they have said is true. They only want to demean one's self-esteem with those comments. All in all, if we don't work on improving our well-being, all this toxicity may affect our personal life considerably.
Another reason to include this theme in the local agenda is to make our community conscious of the consequences of harmful relationships. According to the article What is a Toxic Relationship?, you may find that a toxic relationship impacts your ability to engage in self-care. You may sacrifice your normal routine, including personal hygiene, exercise, hobbies, and more, if you're constantly dealing with a tumultuous or toxic person or relationship. This sacrifice can lead to a decline in overall physical and mental health over time. Taking this into account, the consequences of a toxic relationship can become worse if you are not aware of them. But there are several signs to know that you are into an unhealthy or destructive relationship. In sum, there are several ways to know if you are in an unhealthy relationship. We suggest citizens should try to be conscious about it and try to quit it. To conclude, through this essay we have stated why the topic toxic relationships should be part of the local agenda. We truly believe this theme does not have the adequate recognition among people. In sum, we consider it is really important to talk about toxicity so citizens can become aware of these habits because they can lead them even into a toxic relationship with themselves.